In the second grade Arts at Large and Kid Curators project, students from Fairview Charter School in Milwaukee, Wisconsin and teacher Laura Yale developed an exhibition called Endangered Animals. This exhibition featured the stories of 9 endangered animals: pandas, leopards, bats, wolves, tigers, sea turtles, zebras, rhinos, and the Komodo dragon. In this integrated project, students used art, poetry, drama, technology, literature, and informational text to reach various science, social studies, literacy, research, and art standards. Long before designing their exhibits, students conducted research so they understood what important information to include in their exhibits. With support from Arts at Large, teacher Laura Yale structured a visit to the Milwaukee Public Museum early in the project. Using the Kid Curators Museum Visit Observation Guide, students studied professional exhibits to better understand the features of high-quality exhibits. In addition to the Milwaukee Public Museum, students visited the Milwaukee Art Museum, Milwaukee Zoo, and the John Michael Kohler Art Center in Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
We went to the Milwaukee Public Museum to start with, and each group was given the exhibit observation guide, and they had an adult with them who could take the notes as they walked through all of the exhibits as to what they saw and what they heard, what they noticed, what did they really like, those kinds of things. Each group was able to take pictures at the museum of exhibits that they really liked or things that they didn't think worked well. So then those were in their binders so that they could keep referring back to them. So when we went to the zoo, for instance, they all had a scavenger hunt. They had to locate so many endangered animals. They had to answer certain questions about habitats. They had to find different poems throughout the zoo. So it was very directed as to what they needed to see and what they needed to focus on. We also went to the John Michael Kohler Art Center up in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, because at the time they had a special exhibit going on called Animal Magnetism, where all of the art that was featured was based on different animals, and there were self-sculptures and 3D sculptures and paintings and ceramics and clays, and the kids were able to see all of that and then actually do a hands-on art project while we were there. And some of the kids got ideas from that exhibit to use in their exhibit. Poetry unit, we went to the zoo to again look at the different animals and really focus on them, and they had the digital camera so that they could take real-life photographs of their animal if it was there, and focus on the poetry that's available at the zoo. When we came back during the month of April, they had to come up with nouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, and other words that related to their animal, and then that was the basis of the poems they wrote. Much all their designs. A couple of times we had to say, whoa, too many pictures, but we talked about that and kept going back to the photos that they had taken at the public museum. You know, is this font good enough? Well, let's look back at the museum. What kind of font did they use? Yeah, that's a fun font, but can people read it? Is it big enough? Is it too small? You have too many words on your page. So just kind of by asking those questions, just like, okay, are you sure this is the way you want it? Let's let's step back and look at it. Well, no, there's nothing over here. This is a big empty space. Maybe I need a map, or I need, do you have things that go along with the facts that you want on here? Did you address your important facts that when somebody sees your display, they're going to know what you learned? One of the best things we've ever done throughout the years. Just the camaraderie and the cooperative learning that went on. We do a lot of cooperative learning activities because we have this, you know, the tables and things like this. We have several students with special needs that were also included in the groups, and he was in, during our CLP time, he was in the Work with Words, and he took the magnet letters and wrote Vampire Bat, and he says, look, I can write Vampire Bat, and he can tell you every fact you wanted to know about a vampire bat now. So, you know, obviously very, you know, close to home, and really made a connection with it, with the hands-on, and the other kids worked really well with him. You know, everybody had a place. Everybody was able to do something that they excelled at and learned a lot of new activities along the way.
Yeah.